There are two kinds of people in the world, my friend. Those with a rope around their neck and the people who have the job of doing the cutting. Listen, the neck at the end of the rope is mine. I run the risks.
The good, the bad, and the ugly.
Two can dig a lot quicker than one.
Now time for everyone's favorite segment, the good, the bad, and the ugly, where we take a look at some good things, some bad things, and some ugly things that happened over the sports weekend. Let's talk about it. I'll get us started. Starting off with the good. You know, I just got to say, the Tucson Sugar Skulls, they've had an up and down year. They're 4-6 on the season. But, man, the downs, man, it's been bad. It's been bad this year. Not going to lie to you. I mean, they've had some losses this year. I mean, they had no business losing to these teams. But I got to say, man, beating the Arizona Rattlers twice in one season, and the Sugar Skulls, they're 4-11 all time against the Arizona Rattlers. It's fair to say that the in-state counterpart has had their number. But two of those wins are from this year alone.
Yeah.
The first one was in Tucson, Arizona. The Sugar Skulls were down by a couple of touchdowns. And then the second one happened over the weekend. The Sugar Skulls were down by 12 points going into the halftime break. It was 21-9. And then next thing you know, the Sugar Skulls come back. They rally. They lock things up at 34. They send it into overtime. There was some back and forth going on there. But in the third overtime period, Jamias Williams, the defensive back who actually played at South Carolina, was an all-conference selection. He comes over. He actually played running back to start the season for the Sugar Skulls. They put him back there at defensive back, had a couple of interceptions, including the one in third overtime, which set up Kevin Macias, the kicker, for a game-winning field goal. They win 50-47, and they did it in their place in Glendale at the big arena.
Pretty awesome. We
Desert
need
County
Billy Back beat Arizona here on his birthday.
Yeah.
And then he wins right before Father's Day. So we just need to have something. It's like this day. Every game, it's got to be something related to Billy Back and something that's an anniversary or a special occasion.
Yeah.
So it's like, this is like the week that I kissed my first girl in junior high. Billy Back. Let's beat Northern Arizona. It's got to be something.
Is this the first time the Skulls beat the Rattlers in Phoenix?
No, second time. So
okay.
The first time they did it was
it last year?
2023.
2 years ago.
And the 22 was the first time they ever beat them, period. But that game was down here in Tucson. So they won.
At that game.
They won in Tucson in 22, won in Phoenix the next year in 23. And then this year, they win two. One in Tucson, one in Glendale.
Go support the team this Saturday at the Tucson Convention Center, 6 o'clock, Northern Arizona. Got to win that game or else the Arizona game is meaningless. And Coach Back said it, and I agree with him. And you got to start stacking wins. And the teams they're playing the remainder of the schedule, it's the teams they need to beat to climb the standings and get into one of those playoff spots.
Next year we sweep the Rattlers. Book it.
Hopefully, man. That'd be so cool. All right. My bad is Benedict Mathurin. Damn it, man. Former Arizona Wildcat who had such a great game last week. 27 points off the bench. The first Arizona Wildcat, the first NBA Finals player, period, to score at least 25 points off the bench since Jason Terry in that game in 2011. So Ben was a part of history. And then, man, he had a chance to really help out Indiana take a 3-1 series lead. He was 1 for 4 from the free throw line in the final minute against OKC in the last game. Also had a couple of turnovers too. Not Benedict Mathurin's finest performance. And so I got to put Ben on my bad.
Man, maybe a big bounce back game tonight. A lot of people that took 6.5 in Indiana also like, Ben, just one free throw.
Yep.
Yeah, they lost by 7. It's unbelievable how Vegas does it. 6.5 was the spread. They lost by 7.
They always know.
Yeah.
They always know. And then my ugly is Wyndham Clark. Wyndham Clark is a PGA Tour golfer and very good at what he does. But, man, he's got a temper. He's got a temper, and it's aggressive. And I'm just not the biggest fan of it. And I understand golf is a frustrating sport, believe me. I sent a couple shots out of bounds this past weekend up in Flagstaff and Sedona. You know, after hitting a great tee shot, and then all of a sudden my ball goes out of bounds. Like, that's just golf. And I understand that it is his career. It's how he makes his money. I get all that. But to go just berserk in a country club locker room at Oakmont tearing up a couple of lockers, putting some holes in them, and just really doing some damage. What do you gain out of that? I mean, last week or a couple weeks ago at the PGA Tour Championship, he went up to like a tee box sign at 16 and was so mad and just started hitting his club on it and broke the sign. And so, Wyndham Clark, you're a great golfer, but you might want to get some anger management classes or do something. Goose fraba. Woosa. Something. I don't know what you need to do, but it ain't working, man. Check your temper. So that's my ugly.
Yeah, man, you're so right. And it's funny, the guy that won it and the guy who finished second both talked about their mental health and like not being so angry and not being so negative every time something bad happened on the golf course, and how much it's helped them be better. So Wyndham Clark, a month at a monastery might do you some good, buddy.
All right, so that is the good, the bad, and the ugly. Coming up next, Ali is going to give his good, bad, and the ugly from the weekend.
So pretty.
Ding.
Spears and Ali back on ESPN Tucson and the Spears and Ali podcast. Now time for Ali's good, bad, and the ugly from the weekend.
Well, one good is that song, man. It's just like, man, this is like when you got your girls, you got the slow dance going on, 8th grade. It's great.
Hands on the shoulders.
Yeah, last dance of the night before mom picks you up, and it's like maybe the chaperones are kind of looking the other way because they've been slipping whiskey. All right,
leave room for Jesus.
Yeah, go fick it. All right, my good is something near and dear to your heart, Justin. Storylines. Storylines, buddy. Because the U.S. Open gave us some great storylines. And the greatest storyline was the winner, J.J. Spaun. Now, understand that J.J. Spaun, 5 under 40, first 9 holes, right? Goes out and birdies 4 out of the 4 birdies in his last 7 holes to take the victory, punctuated by an incredible 64-foot putt.
Unreal.
And all he needed was the 2-putt. But he made it. Well, what the hell? I'll make it. Shout out to Victor Hovland hitting a shot right behind him, so he gave him the line. Didn't hurt, but it was a really, if you see the angle from behind the pin, he was just trying to do a lag putt. He put it right in. That putt was incredibly difficult, and to win the U.S. Open with a 64-foot putt, man, that's great. But the storylines are this guy, J.J. Spaun, was going to quit the game of golf last June. In fact, he was about to lose his card because he wasn't playing well. I don't think he hasn't placed in the top 20 around then, like in 2 years. He's won 1 tournament 2 years ago. And he read a book about a tennis player who felt like they were washed up and they were going to quit, but they persevered, they stayed in it, and they won Wimbledon. Wow. So he said that really inspired him. But it gets better with the storylines, Justin. Ooh. Because yesterday was Father's Day, as you guys all know. And Mr. Spaun is a proud father of 2 wonderful young ladies, two girls, 4 and 2. Well, one of his daughters got sick before Sunday. Mr. Spaun was up at 3 a.m. getting Pedialyte and crackers for his sick daughter. So he is being dad before the biggest day of his golfing life, and still wins the U.S. Open. So
that's awesome.
Damn straight.
You want storylines, Jay? I know you were driving back from Flagstaff. The U.S. Open was chock full of storylines for the winner. J.J. Spaun, congratulations, man. I was so happy for him. So good to see a guy like that win. Scotty Scheffler was right there playing beautiful golf, could not make a putt. If he would have made half his putts, it would have been interesting on Sunday. Scheffler just struggled with the putter, but congratulations, J.J. Spaun. And you're a great dad. Great dad.
Hell yeah.
I think that hour-and-a-half weather delay actually helped him, because that front 9, talk about storylines. He was 90 yards away, and in the front 9, he hit the stick, and the ball hit off the stick and rolled back 40 yards. So he went from 90 yards to 50 yards. His shot was so good it hit the stick. And then he had another shot that was just off the fringe, and then it hit a rake and kind of didn't trickle into but gave him a really, really bad lie. So he had such horrible luck, but he turned it around, the back 9 and the refresh. Speaking of Father's Day, my bad is this. This is so bad, it's good. Happy Father's Day, Ben Roethlisberger. Ben Roethlisberger, a lot of pictures about him carrying a little Cleveland Brown baby, because Ben is 27-3-1 against the Cleveland Browns. Has thrown for over 7,500 yards and 30 touchdowns. So, Cleveland Brown fans, who's your daddy? It's Ben Roethlisberger. Happy Father's Day, Big Ben.
That's a really good bad.
Uh,
Bad, man.
And my ugly is this, man, and it's U of A baseball. And it's the ugly that is that eighth inning, both eighth innings, but especially with Louisville. Mason White, Tony Pluta have been just amazing for Arizona baseball this year. And I know Mason White made a couple of errors. I think the second one should have been a hit. That was a bad hop. Tony Pluta hadn't given up a run since Grand Canyon earlier this season. Seeing eye singles, man. And what I hope is the success of this team and how well they played this year. These guys don't let 30 minutes completely overshadow that. And I know they're going to take it hard. And as competitors, man, I mean, I've told you guys many times, like the championship game of my 13-year-old youth football team, Foothills Chargers, I still think about, I could have called better plays. It still bothers me. So I get it. Have I seen any of the games at South Point where we lost the state championship? Have I watched 1 second of film of those games? No. Do I think about those games? Yes. I get it. But, man, I hope those guys, and it's going to take time, they can celebrate the great year they had, and they don't let a few minutes of just bad baseball overwhelm or overlap months of great baseball. They brought a lot of joy to this city. They really had a lot of people excited and happy, a lot of joy in Tucson from Arizona baseball. So Chip Hale, guys on the team, Mason White, Tony Pluta, everybody, great year. I know it's going to take time, but I hope you don't let a few minutes outshadow hours and hours of great baseball and great joy for the city of Tucson.